Okay, this is just a quick video to show you how I've got my Obsidian set up so far. I am using a community plugin, a couple of them, Data View and Templater, but the important one here is Inline Scripts. And what Inline Scripts does is it has some JavaScript that it will run in the background so that you can just type inline something like hi and it will replace it with words like hello or whatever. And so I've created my own kind of JavaScript file here called Starforged and some of my own CSS. So here's like all the JavaScript over here, and then here's the CSS that I'm using for icons and what we're going to see are call out boxes here. So okay, so let's get back over to Obsidian and see how this actually works. So the main thing I was thinking is that you would be typing in a journal as you play, solo or whatever. So I'm, typing along here and doing my own stuff, and then stuff pops up, and I want to do something about it, right? So I am currently playing. Let's say I'm playing Flar from the world of Dragon Riders of Pern, and I got my backstory, I got my stats. These stats are being pulled in from over here the character under the character sheet, which is what we were looking at there. It's pulling in these stats and the meters from these separate places that have those values in the front matter, and I'm going to be able to change the values in that front matter. So let's see that in action here. I think I can set, so the inline scripts, it would be note vars tells you that you're going to use variables in a note, which are the front matter variables there. So I'm going to make sure that I get the path correct here with note vars. So I'm going to say in the character folder on the meters section, I'm going to, and I forgot the keyword of what I'm going to do. I'm actually going to set this, right? Okay, so I'm going to set that. And what variable am I going to set? Let's set our spirit to be 4. Say we lost spirit, right? So I will close that off, and it says my spirit is set to 4. We didn't see it right here. Click over because Data View doesn't, or Obsidian doesn't automatically refresh. But if we come back and look at my character sheet here, the full character sheet where it's pulling it in, you can now see that it has updated that automatically. Okay, so sometimes you just have to refresh the screen. All right, but kind of the real power, I think, other than leveraging that, which will come out in moves and such, is really down here with the progress track. So let's say that I'm in the middle of combat. I'm trying to save the village from threadfall, which is the stuff falling from the sky that's trying to eat everything up, and I'm going to set it on fire with my dragon fire breath, right? So at that point, maybe I see a big clump of thread in the sky and I need to dodge it, right? So that's like a face danger. So what I can do is I can make a face danger move. So I wrote the JavaScript here that says move, and then we're going to pick the move initials. So FD face danger, and we're dodging this. So this is with edge, okay? And let's say that we have an add of +1 there on this roll, okay? So I close this up, and boom, here's what happens. It automatically gives me this call out. It shows me it's a move with that icon. It says we did face danger and we used edge +1. It's green, so that means it is a strong hit. As you see up here, I've got kind of this yellowish orangish one for a weak hit, and then here's the strong hit, and then here's the miss is what it will look like. And inside each of these is the actual roll, what you rolled. So here we can see on my D6, my action die, I got a 6. My stats a +3, my adds a 1, that gave me a 10. It does cap out of 10, of course, versus a 2 and a 3 on the challenge die, so that's a strong hit, right? And so I can continue my story right here and talk about, what happened with that. And in fact, I may even want to give a little bit more information than this. So once you've got this, you got 2 options here. You can back up and add more to this if you wanted to, right? So we could say, +2 momentum, from getting the face danger or whatever, and then that will live inside of that call out there as a reminder. Or what I kind of wanted to do and like the idea of is setting up a separate kind of mechanical call out here that says, okay, here are the mechanical results or choices of what happened with that phase danger. And so this might be where I, talk about the +2 momentum and any other choices that may have forced me to make, or any other choices I made based off of that move. And so when I come down, it gives me that mechanical results there, which again I can expand as I'm going. So the also cooler thing that is set up is that we can go ahead and mark progress. So let's say that instead of a face danger, maybe that was actually a gain ground move that happened there, and we made some progress. So I can say let's mark progress on this combat 1, which is my my combat track over there. We see it's formidable difficulty. So I'm going to mark progress twice on this, right? So if I mark progress twice on formidable combat or track or vow, it should fill in 2 boxes. So let's hope that it does this, right? And there it goes. So notice we got this purple box back that says we're on the Save the Village from the Threadfall. We have 2 progress marked for 2 full boxes, and you can see it updated right here in my track automatically, because this one I'm in reading mode versus editing mode. So I should probably put this one in the same thing for the character sheet. But so it marked that progress, and again I can come down here and see all the details, right? Note the note that this lives in is combat 1. It's at a difficulty of formidable. 2 progress was marked, which is actually 8 ticks for a total 2 full tick boxes. And if I do some more moves, so let's say we want to, we're going to gain ground this time with some iron. I'm not that good with iron. Maybe we'll do it with edge again, just to try and get a strong hit here. And I'm going to give an add of 2. It doesn't matter because I'm not actually playing. So how about we do iron with 0? And so there's a weak hit. And so now this time maybe I only get to mark progress once with that weak hit. So I'll say, okay, well, let's mark progress on my combat 1, but only once this time. And there it goes. It did the Save the Village from thread, and now we're up to 3, as we can see here. This did not automatically update, so I'm going to go back and forward, and there it is. It did. Right. So, but even if it doesn't automatically update there, I'm still getting a picture of it right here. So the next thing for me to do is to make a fulfill your vow move or take decisive action, and so that it will compare your progress on the track to some challenge die. So that'll be the next thing. And then in the next release of the inline scripts, he's talked about doing tables to be able to read markdown tables. And so at that point, I'll hook up all the oracles to those markdown tables so that we can see those, so that you can inline just say ask the oracle and it will do it as you're typing. So my goal really is to never leave this journal. I don't ever want to get out of my mode of playing. I just want to keep typing. I want to keep telling the story. I don't want to have to click on multiple panels and do anything else. So I can live right here in this journal, and even having up the character sheet and the combat progress is not necessary, because it will all be living over here in this journal in the moment. And so once I get the oracles set in, then I'll also pull in the assets. Right now I have no assets in there and no moves defined in there, but I'll pull in the markdown from Dataforged for that, so that you can see the moves and assets and then attach those to your character as well. So that is my goal, and hopefully as that inline scripts releases its new things, then I'll also be able to add to this and make this work for everybody. Oh, the one thing that to consider here is the reason these nice images work. This took, oh my gosh, hitting my head against the wall so many times. But the reason it works is because I had to put in the actual, location of the whole thing. So app, local, C, users, Eric B, desktop, right? So I had to go all the way through that. I did try a vault that was connected to my iCloud account, so I could switch between my computer and my iPhone, and that did not work because then it did not like this, this path location, and instead it showed these boxes as just question marks because it could not figure that out. So I'm not sure how to make data view get an image unless it has this full URL of the path. So that was something that data view has been requested to update, but who knows how far down their timeline that is, if at all. But it may be something that this Inline Scripts author can figure out too. So I'll try and put a bug in his ear. So hopefully this was an interesting use for you for Obsidian, and once I get something working with the oracles and all that where we can actually do everything that you need in here, then I'll release kind of a generic vault that people can just download and play. That you shouldn't have to install anything because it'll come with the things already installed that it needs. So hopefully I'll get that set up at some point before around the end of the year. We'll see. Thanks for watching.